makes a whole lot of sense. On the other side, we see the more classic custom Sub-Zero. Oh, they're letting the intros rock. Let's just listen.
You are a revenant once more.
I cannot escape my rage.
Allow me to cool your anger.
Round one.
Oh, all right, let's go. What a way to start this off.
Now, I think with this kind of matchup, it's like I said, this variation that Mirko has picked, that looked very much like a reaction to me. Conflictus, always that itchy trigger finger when it comes to the slide. The breakaway immediately, no punish though, because that is not one of those conditions that Scorpion can get punished. But the forward two already. Now expect a lot of mix and reset. Conflictus rarely, oh dear. I'd say rarely cashes out. In that instance, could have punished the teleport with a hell of a lot more than a down one. Might live to regret that in round one.
Yeah, I think maybe he was just kind of playing a little bit safe, trying to wait to see if there was going to be an amplify there, but still, regardless, has a pretty good lead. And like you said, we're going to see so much mix if he gets an opportunity. Right now, Mirko, I mean, you know, sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and just the pressure, not letting Conflictus take an opportunity, that must have been a mistake, and that's going to be a lot of bar gone. This is really scary. I mean, one more hit from Searing Rage could be it, especially with the fatal blow.
You look at the health that's left and you cannot look back and think of that down one punish on the teleport. Like the amount of damage Conflictus could have got there, or maybe forcing a breakaway. Oh dear, definitely does not expect a late wake up there. Fishes for the forward two, but no one's home. Looking for the trip guard anti, and Mirko, no doubt ending it with a side switch. I like that optimized combo ender. Just get the standing one for the damage, make sure the spear connects, but the important thing is giving him the corner positioning. So important for Scorpion.
Yeah, and you know that Mirko will always be ready for that and ready for projectiles, even if it's amplified, even if it's one of the fastest projectiles in the game. You do not test Mirko's reactions, or you eat a full combo like this for even more damage than usual because it is this variation. Oh no. That's
going to do a lot of damage still. And the whole thing being unbreakable. Not that it matters. Conflictus doesn't have defensive bar. No confirm on the low either. This game is falling apart for the British lad, I gotta say. And that 2-1 easy catch. It's so crazy to think that string does about 19% damage on its own. But it's like I said, folks, this variation of Mirko, it's normally the variation he picks when the chips are down, we're into that final game, and you've got to make something happen. And he just wants the stagger pressure, which is massive for him, because remember, Scorpion's 2-1, I believe it's +2 on block still. So you take the 2-1, which is already a crucial pressure tool, and then you chuck this extra attack on top. It does really good damage, safe on block, gives him an extra down one mind game that he can apply. And then if I block your slide and I've got a spear buff, I mean, say goodbye to so much damage. His standing punish damage with the spear buff is out of this world in this variation, and you kind of get to see that put to practice.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't have the buff, just the fact that there's the extended strings in this one and the fact that you've got the death spin means that you're going to be punishing for a lot more than you usually are able to. So, yeah, one way or another, it's just going to be a lot of damage. And he really took advantage of that, right? I mean, I feel like the first round was very much in Conflictus' control, right? Like 100% until, I mean, it was still a punish. You know, it was still punish on the teleport, just a not good punish, but that's all it takes. It doesn't even take necessarily a bad play, just a not optimal play. And then Mirko's like, oh, that's all you got? Okay, my turn.
The immediate jump back though, and Mirko with the jump too, just because you know he knows that's going to connect and give him such good damage, and the pressure already belongs to it. Doesn't scout out the wake up 3 though. Conflictus able to steal a turn back. Ooh, that raw creeping ice. I mean, I can only imagine that might have been an execution error. Like maybe he wanted a button on top.
He has been using some interesting choices in the neutral, like using the, I think it's standing 3, down 3 string. I actually don't remember the input for that string. I know somebody's going to come out for being wrong on that, but you just see it so rarely. The one that puts out the little ice like it's a creeping ice, and it's hit before. It's hit in the neutral against Mirko. So weird stuff, but sometimes you got to go to it.
2-1 into down 1. Oh, just a preemptive down 2 out of nowhere though. Conflictus. Bit of a panic button, I fear. Unfortunately, will be punished with a round completely going away. I've got to give shouts, man. This Deadpool stage, oh, it's so good. I love this stage, man. Any classic stage reimagined, I'm here for.
The classic. Yeah, me too. I was revisiting the pit. I missed the pit. But okay, here we go. Gonna get the corner with this amplified slide. Gonna build that much closer to the crushing blow.
Oh my lord,
just dashing
down 1. Using that down 1 as just a long range mid poke almost. So Scorpion's down 1. Not to be I think misjudged, I guess. It's a fantastic button. Preemptive, but there's the mind game. And he goes for the optimized punish. Oh, even though you can't break it, still does 31%. Speaking of punish, all of this unbreakable still. +2 on block, but Conflictus just going for the jump out. Reset, but a bit too eager. Now the forward 2, we've got to factor in there was a lot of pushback there. Mirko might not have fancied his chances punishing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time that we've seen really not even an attempt at a punish, just going up and dashing up to the grab, kind of showing like, yeah, you're waiting for me to punish, so I'm just going to take advantage of that. But there we go. Lands the hit anyway afterwards. And yeah, it's, I mean, even if you are Scorpion, who's got a bunch of really good tools to punish stuff like that, like you've got back 2, you've got back 1, forward 3, it still can be really difficult, especially with all the pushback after the forward 2. So good stuff for Mirko, knowing again exactly what to do to best take advantage of the situation when Conflictus is doing something unsafe. And I mean, the mix-ups have started and they've worked once they've started. It's just eventually there's just like one moment where like one mix-up will not be correct and Mirko just takes full advantage of it. And I don't know exactly what needs to be changed. What do you think? Do you think there's anything in particular that could be changed? Maybe playing safer?
So. I mean, we can say that Conflictus might need to play safer, but it's just not his style. He's not the kind of player that will go into like full-on defensive mode. He will rush you down all game, and it's just the way he plays the character. One major element, I think that Mirko is realizing in the moment he hasn't got to fear that low right now, because Conflictus has not particularly shown us that he's looking to confirm that back 3 string. He hits it sometimes and there's nothing on deck. He'll just let the whole string go, and if you get hit by that, who cares? You have to confirm that 2-hit low into Ice Ball to make them really fear the overhead low mix-up. And right now, that is just not something that's been enforced. So Mirko's content to get hit by the low. And if he blocks the overhead, you're losing a bar of offense and he's getting a punish. And he'll make you second guess it the next time you do it. So I think he's just weighing up his opponent's options and the ones that he's, I think, favoring and getting plenty of information. Now, speaking of which, the same side. Oh, that's a nice little check on the overhead, though. You try and block the punish, potentially. Big damage as well. Give me that 32%.
Yeah, just holding him here in the corner now. And there we go. Finally going for the low a little bit. And now we're just seeing some pressure, actually. Not even going quite as much for Mix. But what? What a read that he wasn't going to block the overhead there. I don't know why that worked, but it worked, and Mirko knew it was going to work, and that should be the round.
And it will be. You're bang on the money, my friend, because that's a match point for Mirko. One round like that, he's going to be in business moving on. Conflictus having a hard time just kind of getting into Mirko's groove, I fear. And I think that's kind of case in point. Conflictus is going for the risky plays, doesn't take a lot of damage, but he loses his defensive bar as Mirko's sitting on his spear buff. That is worst case scenarios. Here comes even more of the damage.
350 off of just a teleport. That is just so much damage. All right, goes for the mid-screen crushing blow. Needs to get as much damage as he possibly can to make this comeback. Oh, okay, no defensive bar now. Or, well, I guess you say one defensive bar, but this is huge. This is a great chance. Already used the crushing blow, gonna go straight into the fatal blow. This may be one of the times where we're not gonna see it actually kill. I think it's gonna be close.
This is Sub-Zero we're talking about, Chef. Oh, I was wrong, never mind.
But the chip, oh no, the chip should have been guaranteed. It should have been guaranteed. And now there's a chance. And you know that we're going to see Mirko react to anything that was scary that maybe could have been a slide. Oh, just catches again. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how many times he couches 4, 3, 2, just hitting with the overhead. It's not a mix up there. There is no low option, but Conflictus just wasn't quite ready. Certainly all capable. Honestly, everybody today is capable of winning the tournament, and most of them have, honestly. But okay, there we go. That's a great start from Javier, just leading with the 4-3 into teleport. Of course, you do have a little bit of time to confirm on the teleport whether or not you want to cancel it, and he saw it hit, so he's just taking the momentum. Come out. This is going to be a little bit tough to keep track of who's who when they're teleporting around. Of course, the more classic looking outfit will be Javier, and I guess it's the Mortal Kombat 9 outfit, right, is Mirko.
Absolutely. Which I find kind of funny that in this mirror alone, we did just see Javier doing that forward 3, of which he buffered into a teleport and got a pretty much 40% damage confirmed. So impressive stuff right there.
That was a very fast first round. I mean, it felt like it just started and immediately ended. But, I mean, honestly, great start from Javier. Mirko, though, looking like he's got a little bit more of a sense of it. He's like, well, okay, that started off bad for me. I needed to take some time to adjust, but hold on. I'm still here. Or maybe not.
forces the breakaway in that forward 3-4, but at the same time, no damage taken, and that forward 3-4 becomes a lot less threatening now. Forces the Scorpion player to do forward 3 into teleport pretty much every time, which will be a tight confirm on hit. No whip punish.
With the scariest forward 3 spear. Oh, nice. Good confirm. Gonna spend 2 bars, seeing there's no defensive bar to break. And now Chip is, oh, I like that, standing to dash up 1-1. That was almost air pickup he needed, but okay, the huge opportunity to come back. Now, this is not gonna kill, I don't think. I think it's just barely out of the range of it. But this is gonna be now down to 1 hit. And when they both have teleport, this is so scary. Oh, Chip, no! Oh, it's so close to being able to chip out right there, but not quite. And I'm expecting that this is going to be a very good set that's going to be very close.
Oh, the immediate jump in. Oh, and that's going to give him so much damage as well. Mirko. No break from Javier, saving the bar. No doubt going to need that. Unfortunately, 2-1-2 is going to guarantee that free spear buff activation. Mirko. Off the back of a rough... Oh! I don't think he fully believed in it, though. No punish. I said it was a punish, sorry. Didn't commit to it.
Yeah. Didn't go for the full thing. I mean, but great knowledge. And that's why this matchup is so weird, too, right? Is that it's so hard to check your opponent with anything, including Sphere from even full screen, where most characters can't punish it at all. Oh, I love this issue of down 1 from Mirko. It's been really, really successful. We saw that earlier from him, using the down 1 almost like a footsies tool, but he's been using it as well as like with empty jump into down 1, so I think trying to bait flawless blocks, just a lot of weird ways.
Expecting disrespect, I imagine, 2-1 into down 1. You can see what I mean by these two could absolutely have a game 5. They're just so unbelievably back and forth and evenly matched. But there's the forward 3, and uh-oh, wait a minute. Doesn't spend it.
I think maybe he just didn't quite have it, but okay, we're down to only about 5 seconds left, but the duck on the grab! Mirko, one of the least grabbable players, I think, of all time in Mortal Kombat 11. I'd have to say it. I have seen so many games going down to the fact that people just are unable to get a successful grab off on him.
But at the same time, he just hits a million grabs against you. It goes into that 6th sense that I was talking about. 7 seconds on the clock at the end. That could have gone either way. Super sweaty, and somehow Mirko able to make the right decision at the right time. It's that display of clutch that makes him such a legendary European player at this point. And Scorpion, a nice pick for that. But one hell of a mirror to already kickstart things. Same variations.
Yeah, I think there was a reason why we got a bunch of 3-0s earlier today, and it's because now from this point out, we're just going to get a bunch of really close down to the wire matches, including this one. It's going to go down to probably almost time a decent amount of times, you know. Like I said, these Scorpion's not really the character that opens you up super easily. There's the ability, you know, for the throws and the staggers and the back 3s, but realistically, it's not going to be Sub-Zero levels of if you're blocking, you might just be losing. So we could see them just playing patient, respecting each other's plus frames, which we kind of did see at that point, and, you know, getting down to time just because they're not getting that damage on each other.
Now, a bit of an unusual start so far. A couple of opportunities where punishes could be had, but I think they're both kind of erring on the side of caution. Obviously, there will be a lot of respect between these two players. And look, you buff, I buff then. All right, then.
Oh my gosh, respect is really the name of the game. I mean, you said it. Look at that, they're just waiting. Oh, unsafe. Wow, knowing that you could standing 1 punish that, very impressive. That looked like that would have been out of range to me. I would have never tried that, but they know, they're used to it.
That was definitely a missed place back too, expecting it to get blocked, right? So you can go into teleport, but if you're just not at the right distance, first hit misses and the second one, you just die. Ooh, lovely tight confirm, Javier. That's not going to kill, but he's going to come close to it. Chip damage. The reversal grab, dragging him, and the corner side switch. Wait a second. Mirko, this has to work. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Overhead.
Yeah, that was a great call. So, I mean, that's such a slow option to do in that situation, but it shows that, like, it's like, I know that you are going to respect me, so I'm going to not respect you in that own weird way, right? And that's what so much of this matchup is made of. Nice crushing blow. Going to get the full conversion. No defensive bar. Just about to build. Probably going to cash on the crushing blow. Yup. Right as defensive bar comes back. Oh, no, sorry, that was the other side, but about to come back. That's a lot of damage to lead by.
We have to take it step by step right now as the jump in grab begins what could be a comeback here for Mirko. Back to back, make that another. Now he has got a defensive bar, so he can afford to get hit at least one more time. But with every hit, oh, the side switch. What a read there from Javier. And there it is. No, doesn't confirm. Oh. Execution error.
Oh, and no punish on the spear. I think there could have at least been a teleport. But okay, here's an opportunity. Oh, what a big risk. And I mean, you got to take it, I guess, at that point. You got to try something. When you're down by that much life, especially as time was ticking down. I didn't see exactly how much it was, but that was a pretty long round. So, like I said, we're making up for how much time we saved in all the 3-0s earlier today. This is going to be down to the wire. I still think that we have the opportunity for them to go to one of those weird switch counter picks, but I think at this point they are going to want to stick with the Scorpion mirror. I don't think it's a mirror that usually the Scorpions like, because they don't want to have to deal with the stuff that they do to other people, but I think they want to win it, right? For their own pride, at least. Oh, no, I lied. Well, okay. This is not the one I expected, though. This is not the pick I expected.
But you almost never see Mirko change characters unless it's the mirror. That's always what I find the most interesting thing about him, is that when he changes characters, it's always only ever when he fights Scorpion, which is either against Mercer or Javier, and that's it. Now, what variation? The air glide and charging Hellspawn, man's just locking in the one in this situation, which ain't too uncommon in Ultimate. Some players still really enjoy the combination of air glide, but how does Mirko use it?
I mean, I think we've seen this once before from Mirko, if I recall correctly, and I seem to recall he was using it quite well, actually as like an air bait as well as in combos, which is, of course, both very important. But we'll see. Oh, I love that tech animation. Kind of slaps him with the cape, like, get off of me. Oh, I did it again. Oh.
But both times he got hit after.
Oh, I know. But it's still a great animation. I want to see Mirko play this character more just so I can see that little cape slap.
With just how many throw techs he does. Unfortunately, though, getting opened up once again. Mirko just getting rushed down by Javier so far. So many counter hits. The wake-up roll into the down one, actually. Just a bit of a turn stealer. Now, plenty of work left to go. But if there's one character that can explode your life bar, Spawn is the one to do it. Speak of which.
Yeah, especially if you're spending defensive bar on cancels. That can be one of the scariest things to do in this matchup. But, of course, he has to hit you first. And so far, that's not really happening. We're just getting these tiny little hits here and there, which doesn't really take advantage of the scariness of Spawn. We'll see if he can kind of readapt, get back used to the character. Of course, any time that you switch to a character mid-set, you got to take a little bit of time to get used to it. Oh, big crushing blow.
But a wonderful read from Javier. It looked very reckless. Whoa! Kind of doing a down two like that, but he was expecting a 1-1 meaty, which is a high, right? So 44% for that. That is so good. That is not the fatal phantasm Mirko wanted, because that's a full punish. This Spawn pick looking kind of uncomfortable, honestly, Chef. Hey!
Yeah, great way to end that one out, actually. Just using the up 3, knowing that it was just enough to kill. But yeah, I mean, we saw a few moments where it seemed like the Spawn was shining, but again, especially if you've been playing one character an entire tournament and you make a switch, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to get into the flow with that character. I think we saw a similar thing with the Joker from H-Dope earlier, but it can be something you can commit to and try to make it work. So I'm curious to see if we are going to see the Spawn again, right? Because there was, for example, like it looked like that round was going to kind of go well, and then there was that one big input error, that one big mistake that just led to the entire thing running away from him. So I want to see, are we going to see the Spawn again? No, we're not, and that's a big disadvantage, because now you've essentially just given away a game for free in a mirror that's already tough, right? And that's the worst place to give away a match for free.
That's very much what happened. I mean, he went in for the Spawn pick, and it didn't look kind of all the way there. It might not be particularly practiced at the moment, especially seeing as there were some execution errors there, just using like down back 3 on block, which is death. You never see that, but if you don't play a character or keep them that much up to scratch, that kind of thing can happen. Now, in this position, going in with the Searing Rage, it's his last-ditch effort. But he has a lot more work to do than his opponent. Javier just unfazed and continuing to just play this absolute high-level Scorpion that I just never get tired of seeing. However, the forward 3 game escape failed. I mean, there's only so much information you can have in this part of the screen. Lets it rock, but the punish doesn't commit, though. Mirko looking a little bit shaky, which is not like him, Chef.
Yeah, I know. Usually his confidence is just the strongest, I think, in the entire scene. But, well, I mean, okay, right now looking good. But, I mean, the rest of the set, it does feel like Mirko's been a little bit, like, second-guessing himself. But, hey, maybe this is all it takes, right? One good round, and sometimes you're like, okay, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why was I losing before?
Well, that's one way to bring yourself back into the action as one round going on the board here for Mirko. Couple more of those and he'll be in business. Javier still just needs that one game of which he gets a nice neutral jump kick to start things off. But the blocks, the defense, Mirko not wanting to get opened up just yet. Oh, you want to try and full spot my forward 3-4. Eat this chain, buddy.
Oh, and again, the down ones, although this time from Javier. Maybe, you know, that's one of the neat things about, like, mirrors, is even when you have, oh my gosh, that was a great bait on that down two. Amazing shimmy, but only got the back three. But I was going to say was, you tend to see people kind of take on, like, traits of the opponent during these really high-level mirrors. If it's something that they weren't doing before, they're like, wait a minute, let me try that. And it just works.
Wow, the staggers too. Mirko getting himself a grab on the board. A little bit more of that and it'll be good. Empty jump down 3, the breakaway, the last opportunity Javier has to break in this round. Now he does confirm the 1-1. I like that. So many Scorpions in that situation would just stick out the 1-1-2, right? You want to be safe on block, you want to get the knockdown on a hit, but Javier wants more. And if he feels like it's going to hit, he's got that confirm ready to go. The fatal blow getting spent to save his skin, but just like that now, he brings himself into that match point. And one more round, Spain will be in winners finals.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, just looking at their past results, I'd say Mirko, you know, is probably honestly the favorite to maybe win this entire tournament. But this is such a good showing from Javier, and yeah, big whiff. Oh, a nice little pickup in the corner.
I think I've seen a million whiffs right now. Oh, give me that up too. The launch.
Oh, could have gone for the 2-2 crushing blow there, maybe? Maybe it's not enough hits, actually. All right, is it going to be that? No, that's not back in the corner. That's just a forward throw. He's got to have to switch sides here. Oh, just going to try to find his way out. Well, there we go. That's not the way you want to switch sides, though. The teleport. And now it's just one hit. Oh, that actually almost anti-aired. This is a great conversion, but it leaves the opponent really far away, and it's only going to just about even up the life totals here. Maybe not even quite.
But with 1 bar of meter left to go, it creates a situation. Wake up option, and that's exactly why he is keeping his distance there. Wake up roll. Oh, Mirko. Oh, the walk up grab. Just like that. The down 2 that whiffed almost got him killed. Wake up standing 1, and the shot. Oh my good lord, we're going into a game 5 here, Chef, but that was a sweat fest.
Okay, so that final moment, that final short hop 3, right? I think the big thing there was, I think that was a little bit of a statement, because I think that was an attempt to flawless block up 3, which is exactly the way that Javier killed him in the previous game, right? To end it. So I think he was trying to say, okay, you did that to me, I'm doing it to you. But then no normal came out, and as we've seen before, when there's no normal that comes out in a flawless block read, you oftentimes get the short hop 3 or the short hop 2, depending on what option they're trying to go for. So I think that was like him trying to make a statement. And I think that says a lot about his confidence going into like this final game here, because you want to take those moments and be like, yeah, this is a mirror. I'm going to do what you did, but better.
Hard to call who's going to win this one, though, because the change to this Searing Rage, there's just something about Mirko where it kind of acts as a secret weapon, or I guess in this situation, a not so secret weapon, because he does it almost every single time we see him in PlayStation tournaments, but it works out for him. Gives him the extra rush down, give him the extra levels of unpredictability that you definitely need. And if the teleport cancel doesn't do much for you, then just go for damage and pressure. That's exactly what Mirko does.
Yeah, it's so funny. We see him basically do better with Searing Rage constantly and never start with Searing Rage. But, I mean, it makes sense. You know, the teleport cancel is really useful in a lot of matchups, but it's like, no matter what, even if he's won a set with a 3-0 comeback with Searing Rage, he will not pick it immediately in the next set with that person. But here we go. It's showing up again.
Yeah, getting himself a jump kick and able to get that much damage. Not too shabby. In this instance, oh, I think looking to whiff punish perhaps, but caught by the attack he's trying to punish. Both players now spear buff activated.
Oh, well, that was a weird pickup. I don't know what the best option there was. Maybe a forward 3 after that down 1. But we've seen a lot of those weird little, like, catching you on the way up moments or weird conversions in this matchup because they're throwing out so many normals, I think. And eventually, you know, we were just throwing back normals back and forth. You're bound to get some weird hits or a really solid hit just like that. And of course, going to get the side switch, take that corner positioning.
Again, he wants to whiff punish so bad, but Javier is not committing. Wait, standing button fatal blow? That's going to do big damage. I know he got it off the spear, so it often does scale, but I feel like that's not going to matter here. Let's see.
Yeah,
4%
I think it's enough. Oh no, I was wrong. I really thought it was enough, but he's got searing range. He's got searing range. That's it. That is it. Yeah, that was going to be so difficult to possibly deal with. He knew that the wake up 3 was coming, but again, another great strength of the searing range. Almost could have done it from a range outside of the up 3 range, but there we go. Mirko now on match point after looking pretty uncomfortable. As usual, the searing range coming in clutch, and look at that. Walking back full screen, then getting a free throw. Oh my gosh, he's just controlling neutral right now. Although, as I say, that big hit from Javier, and he needs to run with this.
Oh, they're the same idea. But Javier a little bit faster with that forward 3.
Oh, the sending 2 staggers.
Hang on a minute, Chef. Escape failed here. Mirko.
Uh-oh.
The down one, I mean, he's so used to squeezing out down one after that string on block that Javier returning the favor seems a bit poetic.
Oh, big combo here, and now it's going to lead into a mix-up situation where the crushing blow is available. What? Okay, empty jump down 3. He was doing the down 1 for that earlier, but the down 3 works as well. And he's just getting little bits of damage here and there. That's a ton of damage. He's getting close to chip kill territory with that searing range. Oh, no, it's not going to be enough. It's not gonna be enough. Oh no! Oh no! I knew it immediately, and that should be enough with the fatal blow this time, no question. Just needed a little bit more chip. There wasn't any defensive bar, so I understand it, but yeah, there was just maybe one more hit of chip to make it happen, and now we're on final round.
No breaker for Javier, and so gone is the fatal blow. That is a bad way to start the round. Keeping himself alive is what matters, but still Mirko's gone into this round with one hell of an advantage. No flawless block, though. He's not going to let this one rock. Miscalculating chip, one of the most heartbreaking ways to go down, but will Mirko be able to rise above that? No pun intended. Straight into winners finals. There's... Whoa, good damage. The jump back, though, but no! Too early on the teleport, and it whiffs completely.
Really needed that conversion so badly. And I mean, even if there wasn't a teleport, that could have been a conversion just because it wasn't air to air. But now Javier needs to find another big opening and then another big opening. Nice, good opportunity to use the buff. Oh, but it's not going to matter. That's enough damage. It never looks like it's going to be enough, but that is as much damage as you can get. And Mirko, I think, really adapting well to the matchup, more so the mental matchup even than anything else, because he was looking lost and then he found his way.
Buttons and stuff like that. But you know what? Enough of that. Let's now jump into a game where they're certainly both decent. As now Mirko scoring first blood.
Yeah, I am very much struggling to imagine them not having good buttons after playing them in this game.
I know, right? They can have big old clunky buttons. They didn't have as much combo routes as everyone else either, unfortunately, especially past the second revision. But enough of that. The conversion from Desarted to open things up, and we go for Rising Ice. Mirko breaking away to save himself from damage, but there's plenty more damage potentially where that came from. But this 2-1 stagger game, Mirko does it so well, Chef.
Yeah, I mean, what you got to do, right? You don't have the tools like Sub-Zero to open people up with the 50-50s, so you have to make them swing when they don't want to, essentially. And that's what Mirko's so good at. But right now, oh my gosh, the teleport! That was such a huge risk, but good payoff in the corner. Now he just needs to find one more hit. Oh no, doesn't get the conversion again.
This is definitely a little bit spaghetti all over the floor, but the question is, who is going to out-scramble each other? Aye! Big old cage, straight, and that is going to be the first round here for Mirko, but I definitely wouldn't call that a clean round, would you?
No, whatever the opposite of that, a very dirty round. I don't know, I don't like to say that, that sounds weird, but yeah, that was really weird. And honestly, Mirko had 3, I think, separate conversions, or maybe it's just 2, that he could have just fatal blowed to guarantee the win in, and he decided not to, which was very strange considering how close that was. But I mean, hey, I guess it worked out to be able to hold on to that resource. But yeah, very, very weird. And I mean, they're just going in brawling here.
It's one of those matches where both players, I mean, man's just swinging at the moment. Forward 2 into creeping ice. Going to take a little bit of a mix up there, but the anti-air down 1. Good stuff here from Desarted. Does not confirm the low though, but it doesn't matter. I think Mirko tries to go for a risky teleport. Waking up teleport like it definitely is not Mortal Kombat 11. Desarted tying the knot. 1 round apiece here, but Mirko has to be so careful because he has not got... Oh, what the hell was that?
There's nothing better than seeing a down 2 punished with a down 2 crushing blow. Of course, it is technically a high itself. It's just there's a really small window to be able to do that, and that just shows how close these players are.
Whoa. Looking for the anti-air. Again, throw tech, important stuff for now, Desarted. An anti-air down 1 coming through for yet another time, trying to jump out in between. Teleport doesn't quite get as much damage as he wanted. Did not believe in it. Oh, that's a reaction.
Oh my gosh, we've seen the point blank teleports reacting to just something coming out so many times. I think actually he was ready for it that time, didn't do it, did it a little bit later, and this should be enough. No defensive bar, and Mirko just making Desarted whiff 1 too many times, or maybe like 5 too many times, as is the plan. But wow, this has been really weird. This is, I feel like, not a typical game for either of these players. They're really just going in and just giving it their all. Like, they're both kind of playing like K-Top, which is a compliment to K-Top, but it's just not the way that I expect these players to play.
It felt a little bit scrambly for almost the entirety of the match, to be honest, which, like you said, is not like either of them, but in those closing round moments, you know that someone's going to pull off something clutch. That first round was definitely a little bit scrambly. But as we now jump into the next matchup, same variations all round, but I do think that Mirko was getting a little bit cleaner the later the game went on. Little things like, one of the things I really pointed out there was Sub-Zero's advancing forward 4, right? Which, for those that don't know, is plus frames. That big kind of advancing kick that he does, plus on block. You can flawless block it on reaction, you can whiff punish it on reaction, but in Mirko's case, teleports it on reaction. So it's good that he's able to kind of keep that play up. It's the way he plays Scorpion, right? Super reactionary. But how's Desarted going to be able to pull this one back? I kind of like his confirms were still good. There was that one back 3 that didn't quite go forward, and you got to enforce that.
Honestly, I almost hate to say this, but I would almost like to see... Oh no. Can you guess what I was about to say? It might have been raw slides in neutral, but it didn't work immediately. So thank you for commentator cursing before I actually said it, you two. But yeah, honestly, I would have expected more raw slides to work because he's sitting there and waiting for the whiff punishes so much. But yeah, there we go. Great teleport again.
Empty jump down 1 just in case Desarted tries to go for some kind of poke, maybe an anti-air. Whatever the case may be, back-to-back pokes. Desarted trying to strong-arm his turn in the corner, honestly. And now there's the down 4. Preemptive jumping, though. It's going to completely whiff. There's the overhead. Now Mirko has got a breaker. It's all gone now, though. Could get blended once. Instant breakaway. Wasting no time. Knows that that would have been the round if he didn't break. Plus frames. The respectful wait, though, on the inevitable down 1. The jump out. Oh, that was sneaky.
That was... I like that attempt to standing through right there, though. I think that's actually one of the most underrated normals in the entire game. But you use it a whole lot like you've seen Shang Tsung's use standing 3, where it's this really long normal that you can throw out in these weird situations. But I think it's just that perfect range they threw it out. Unfortunately, it was jumped over, but I want to see it again.
Desarted did manage to just completely overhead low mix there, but he didn't believe in either direction, getting just a meager creeping ice. It's great for safety, but on hit, if you could go for a full combo, it certainly isn't going to help you. The jump into the mix-up. Always going to block low first and try to stand up on reaction. It's such a tight fuzzy, but it can be done. Oh, wow, that down 1. Stopping the forward 4 in its tracks.
Oh, big punish. Corner switch? Yep. All right, spinning the bar, knowing that there's no defensive bar. Yep, and now it's just going to be chips. So hard to avoid. Oh, he was maybe baiting a flawless block, something like that. But this is scary. Oh, just down 1, down 1, down 1, down 1. It's like watching computers play. If you ever leave them on the like kind of like demo screen, a lot of times they'll just trade down 1s.
Perfect tutorial into how to play the game, I guess. Speaking of which, there's another one. Another meaty jump in. I do really like the amount of empty jumps Mirko's doing, because if you want a flawless block jump 3, you know, stop that jump 3 from working, those empty jumps are absolutely going to blow through it. No confirm again. Desarted just trying to create space.
Yeah, Discarded, honestly, like dropping a lot of confirms today, playing really well, but you know, there's been a lot of, like, for example, like the down ones catching out of the air, and the 2-1s afterwards there's a lot after that, a lot of back 3s that have hit that haven't been confirmed, which is uncharacteristic of him, but you know, he did have to deal with some tech problems, some pretty serious tech problems earlier in the day, so sometimes that just leaves you a little bit discombobulated, and he's still playing extremely well, of course.
Discombobulate. Oh, rising ice. Doesn't cash out though, probably expecting Mirko to break that one away, and instead cashing out right into the fatal blow. This is going to create a good situation for him. Plenty of meter still to get the job done, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Mirko's used a breaker though, so he has got wake up options. Delays his wake up.
Oh, great tech, of course, the Mirko tech, the classic, the cancel.
Oh, they trade. Oh!
Classic Mirko. Oh, that's so good. Just knowing exactly what, I mean, honestly, this is something that we're seeing a lot more, I think, from Mirko today than we have ever before, are those point blank, like, just like almost footsie range teleports, which sounds like it's random teleports, but we've known for, I want to say, like, years basically, that Mirko has some of the best reactions in the business, free, hands down. So these aren't just random teleports, you know, like that's why almost none of them are being blocked. They're just that good of a reaction. You were talking about it earlier. I mean, we see people fail to flawless block Sub-Zero forward 4 sometimes. Very often, in fact, people don't react to it in time to flawless block it, but Mirko's able to teleport on reaction. Like, that's just too powerful. No one man should have reactions that good.
But it all stemmed from his Mortal Kombat X days. If anyone that remembers Mirko from back then, this was kind of late 2016, I think I want to say. Around 2016, anyway, the second year of the game's, I guess, introduction competitively, was when Mirko had Scorpion only, and he was the fastest, most aggressive, most cancel heavy. I'd never seen a Scorpion like it at the time. That was a long time ago, bear in mind. There's plenty of more Scorpions out there now, for sure. But that is where his entire game plan was kind of created from the ground up. And he still keeps those reactions going into MK11, even if Scorpion is not the same kind of explosive character he once was. However, big jump in, 1-1 with punish, no breaker for Desarted, so this is going to be fully complete, as high as he can go, really. And just the grab and wake up. Haven't seen many grabs from Mirko today. Oh,
oh, and the full conversion. All right, so we've seen him go to the crushing blow a lot right there, but this time he just wanted to start building the other crushing blow, the slide crushing blow. I should be more specific since there's 2 of them involved, 1, 2, 4.
so many. Sub-Zero having some of the more practical crushing blows. Absolutely lovely punish, though, for Desarted. This is going to hurt for sure.
Oh, that was a really late breakaway. Try to bait the 1, 2, 4 there, I think. I think you can actually punish it if you break away at that exact moment, but oh no, really needed that confirm, and this is really scary now. Gets hit by the low and the full confirm. That, again, I'm telling you, for some reason today, not like usual, Desarted dropping a lot of these guaranteed kill confirms, and that was one of those situations he paid the price for it.
And one thing about Mirko, when he's got that fatal blow and he sticks to that forward 4, he's always got fatal blow in his mind. And it does actually mean that Mirko puts himself onto match point. It would be quite fitting if he's our first grand finalist of the day. The micro duck into punish. You barely even saw it. And the spear buff, 41%. And that's an anti-air. Doesn't quite get the down 1 though. Fortunate for Desarted. No, confirm.
No. That's the opposite side of the missed confirms. And yeah, I just don't know what it is exactly, but it's certainly hurting Desarted's chances a lot. And the jump kick should be it. Yeah, that's going to be full meter. No chance of survival. And the classic. Wow.
The second we saw that second spear, we knew the brutality was coming. No competitive Scorpion player purposefully ends that combo in amplified spear. That's it.
Well, you know, I said earlier in the tournament that it's weird how he just never starts with the Searing Rage. Of course, we call it Searing Rage because that is the tournament variation that we got to see so much during the game's life. But technically, it's just the same moves under the name The Reaper at the moment for Mirko. But yeah, we will continue to call it Searing Rage. But yeah, oh my gosh, it's throwing out, and that's so unsafe in this matchup. It's so unsafe, but you know what? You just got to be confident.
You're playing that first game of Grand Finals, you got to send some kind of message, and in this case, just letting the forward 3-string rock, Javier with the good blocks and not getting caught by the overhead. However, looks for the back 1 tick. I think that's as good as he can get, really. Catching him out of the air, not going to be able to pick that one up. We're avoiding that interactable. Scorpion's back one ticks into grab interactables, and if they both have the option, like right now, he goes for it. He wants to bait it out.
And then they both faked it. They both faked it. Oh, this is so funny. Oh my god, they just can't hit it. What is this? This is ridiculous. They both know exactly how strong it is, and they're just like, okay, he's like, I'm not going to try to tick throw you this anymore. I'm just going to use it in the combo. No more of this. I am tired.
Dude, that was such a... If you don't play MK11 as well, you probably see that thinking why are they freaking out, but they're both in front of an interactable that they can mix up into, and neither wanted to apply it, and neither wanted to get hit by it. That was so weird.
Yeah, and you're normally when you see people in like normal matchups in front of that, they don't know every situation that they can be ticked into it from. But the fact that they're both playing Scorpion and they both are such pros at Scorpion, they knew exactly what was threatening in every situation. That was pretty sick. I love that moment. But that's just the start of this grand finals. So now Javier controlling this corner.
Just the start is right. But we're going to trade one grab for another. Mirko's got to hit a fair few more of those. The flawless block. Wait a minute. The different element of the up-close pressure, right, is that Javier has the ability to cancel his teleport. Lovely flawless block, and that's going to force out the breaker. Punish incoming. Doesn't have 2 bars. We're going to have to keep it at 1. However, Death Spin lets him keep the same side. Now, there's the extra string. This is something that only Mirko has. I did see someone in chat room ask, I will explain it in a bit, as now there's another full combo, actually. Is that enough? Not quite.
But the chip, there's almost no way to avoid the chip. Actually, he didn't even need to go for that down 1 at the end, but yeah, I mean, I guess technically could have been flawless blocked, which would have been pretty scary, but yeah, that was basically a guaranteed chip situation. I think we got a chance to see so much of what makes Searing Rage good at the end of that round, but continue with what you were going to say.
So what I was going to say is that someone in chat, and I think this is important to mention, there's probably some of you out there that watch MK11 like, oh, I can't believe he's going to bring it up, but someone asked, are custom variations allowed? So what happened was, when MK11 Ultimate came out, which was the extra version that introduced Rambo, Melina, and Rain, one of the big competitive changes besides the introduction to those 3 characters was that custom variations are now fully allowed. So you can take the already existing variations if you want, but what you can do is build one from the ground up. So some moves are banned, some moves are a bit too powerful, and some combinations of moves aren't allowed. And moves still have their kind of slot allocations. Every variation's got 3 slots. For the most part, there's a lot more creativity with characters, and that is where the game changed a lot. Where here, like this, the Reaper variation that Mirko has, it's just Searing Rage, which existed since day 1.
This is very much off topic, but are there still any combinations you can't pick? I thought they patched most of them.
I know some characters were changed. I know Kotal Khan, for example. I know Geras still has some restrictions, though. But Kotal Khan's totems don't have restrictions anymore. I know that for sure.
Yeah, and the RoboCop flamethrower, whatever. We'll think about that later. That is this is not the time or place. But yeah, there's a lot of creativity, and that's why you can see even in something like a mirror match how there can be so much difference in playstyle. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. We're gonna have a lot stronger mobility from Javier, and we're gonna have a lot higher damage and scarier pressure from Mirko. And right now, it looks like the damage and the pressure might be up a little bit.
Oh, the micro duck! You want to try and answer this one back, eat this full combo, mate. Slam it down and get good damage. Looking for the empty jump. Another one. These 2 players, they're so flawless block heavy that the empty jumps are real. Lovely confirm, though. Good stuff there from Javier.
Yeah, this is going to be it. And the big ow. That's just mean. Just slamming them on the ground when there already are kunais in their eyes. Kunais! Oh my gosh, I've never even made that connection. Kunais. This is looking like a very different game. I like it because the pressure honestly was so scary from Mirko originally that I like the fact that we're seeing more of this mobility, which is kind of what I brought up before, and we actually just saw right there with the teleport cancel.
Oh, counter hit as well, Javier. He's able to get that counter hit on deck, gives him that cancel as well, the knockdown into decent damage. Counter hit again, but when it's already spent, I mean, there's really nothing for the opponent to fear. 2-1. Oh, punish! And that going to be a game on the board. It will be, as Javier now ties things up 1-1. So significantly more work to do, seeing as this is still winner's side of grand finals. Being on the loser's bracket side means he's got to reset it.
Did you see how weird that was at the end? He ended up behind him, and Mirko's body just like slid backwards. That was really weird looking. I don't know if everybody saw that, but yeah, that was exactly like I was saying, a very different game, right? And the thing is, like, I think you're usually ready to go into a mirror match, really expecting to fight your tools 1-for-1, but I don't think Javier was quite ready to fight the Searing Rage over the past few games that they've had. So the fact that he started to think like, okay, well, what do I have now that Mirko cannot do? And he started using the teleport cancels a little bit better and using his mobility a little bit better. And it seems like it's begun to work out. But yeah, this is just back to, again, there's, I think, a pretty good chance that we could see this go to a Game 5 or even a Game 5, then a reset, then a Game 5. Not surprising here in PlayStation tournaments.
Same variation coming on through though, Mirko. When you're able to kind of win pretty much 3 games in a row, when you count the last set and this one with the same variation, they do start to adjust. I mean, if you play this variation enough, there's going to be a couple of things you might be able to point out and adjust as you go forward. Speaking of which though, the grab game, Javier's grabs have been utterly fearless, which actually against Searing Rage is even more brave because the damage on a punish is fantastic.
Oh, and getting hit by the stagger. 2-1 grab. Yeah, this is the pressure. This is where it's scary. That's why I think Javier has been trying to like just not even be in this point blank range. It's almost like seeing 2 different characters. But you can see how scary this is. Checking the plus frames as well, and then finally poking out, and the flawless block is perfect, and that should be it. Chip, oh no, didn't go into the spin. Only 1 defensive bar. I think that could have been it, especially with, oh no, he didn't have an offensive bar, but I still think he could have had it. There's an opportunity.
There was definitely some kind of challenge there, waiting for the inevitable button press. Mirko, at least for now, can afford to be more patient. No, fatal blow, it misses. And that's the death spin. Oh, that was so close. Look, there's 3 scorpions in the shot. You got the 2 in front and the 1 in the deception standing.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Just right in the middle of them. All right, that's a little bit too good.
I'm seeing triple. 6 scorpions. There we go.
All right, side switch too. Yeah, that's the scariest thing. Easy side switch from that. And the crushing blow, yup. So much damage. Of course, that's the crushing blow that does damage over time that remains unscaled after the fact. So it's just raw damage added to any combo. The problem is it's not instant, but when you're at this much life, it's basically guaranteed.
Plus frames, but the respect on the down 1. I like that whiff punish on the back 1 though is so good. Javier with the breaker has to use it. The wake up button to interrupt. That was a brave decision. I think most players would be way not confident that they can be able to get away with that one. Back 1 for fatal blow brings Mirko another game on the board. He is just about to win this tournament if he plays his cards right. Javier's got some thinking to do, Chef.
Yeah, I mean, the switch last game was looking so good, but again, just Mirko adapting back and forth. And I mean, honestly, that just kind of goes to show the skill of both these players, is that it does seem like every game, whoever just lost comes in with a totally new readapted strategy. But when it does, that's a pretty common thing, I think, to see between high-level players. And the big thing there is that then whoever wins the first game has an advantage. It's very similar to, I think, when we see people kind of going to the counterpick war. It's an adaptation war, and it does give essentially usually the first person to win the last game. Of course, there is the chance to kind of like mix things up just enough that you can win those 2 in a row, switch things up. What?
Why do they play the same characters as each other? They both today in the same set against each other have used Spawn against each other as well as Scorpion.
I had to think for a second. I had to think, like, did we misname somebody here? Are we looking at the other side? But no, that's just...
No.
Did Mirko clone himself and there's now just 2 of the same person? Are they secretly twins and they just don't know it because they were separated at birth? That would make sense, twins in MK11. It's
so
just
the
too
difference.
Good.
The difference, because we might not have much time left, is that he has gone for Raising Hell, which I think is... So first of all, he's able to punish any of the long-range options here from Scorpion, which is great. But if I remember, I think Raising Hell is that low option, which means that back 1 overhead and back 1 low becomes a true mix-up. Anti-air, though, from Javier. Good damage on anti-air. Man, there was very little. Then he still gets the meter! Oh my god! He didn't need to uppercut that one, though. He could have got a lot more.
Oh, there it is. There's the low. That does mean you don't get the restand, which is the highest damage ender, but nice grab to get the punish and get the side back. This spawn looking really good. If this wins, are we going to see the spawn mirror? That would be hilarious. Oh, beautiful anti-air. Had to break away right there, but that means that any hit is going to be super scary, and that's the hit. Okay, goes for the crushing blow. Doesn't even need to. Oh, actually didn't have any meter, so it was maximum you were going to get.
My God.
No!
There's just so many crushing blows in one single round, and the down one out of nowhere. Here comes the spawn that I gotta say, that took Mirko by surprise. I don't think he was ready for that. I don't think he was mentally prepared for that. And I think he only got touched a few times and died. Spawn, ladies and gentlemen, the damage of this character is... I think if we're talking about practical damage, Spawn has got to have the highest practical damage in the whole game. Like, as long as you've got the charging hell Spawn, you can delete in a matter of touches.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can cash out as many bars as you want on it as well and get that like down to ender regardless, yeah, it's huge. And you saw that working so well that you see something that's really rare for Spawn. The fact that he opened up Mirko so many times, he just ran out of offensive bar, and he was like, oh, I can only get 300 damage from this crushing blow, like a few times in a row. So that is a good problem to have, I would say. And yeah, that was very surprising how well that worked. This could be the pick moving on out from this point. I mean, I love to see it, right? Spawn, I think one of the coolest implementations of any of the guest characters in this game. Looks so sick. Everything with the cape is sick. Everything with the chains is sick. Of course, Keith David voice is unparalleled. So yeah, big Spawn fan in this.
This is either going to be just shy of the halfway point, well, we're going to finish the tournament right here, right now for Europe. And if you do enjoy today, stick around. We have North America after this. But for now, we still have got that Mirko versus Javier Grand Final in the making. 1-1. Now, not a counter here, so we're not going to get any kind of crushing blow here. Now, what that Raising Hell does do is provide mix-up and safety.
Yeah, I like this. It's not a combination of moves that we usually see because people love having that restand. And not only for the restand, but the fact that if you spend a bar on it, it's like one of the strongest special moves in the entire game. But one way or another, however you want to use it, it's strong. But I like this usage of the low chain.
Counter hit, though. Javier spent a lot of meter, which means that this is going to be completely guaranteed. And the grab on Wake Up, just going all out for damage and mix up as much as he can. The 2-1 plus frames. Standing 3 anti-air. That's the last breaker Mirko's going to get in this round. He refuses to press buttons. Javier is trying so hard to bait it. Uses the 1-1 plus frames into back one. Still no one home as Mirko happy to just let it rock for now. Looking to press a button. At this health, Spawn will absolutely kill you. Oh, what did you low? Mirko's on that tournament point for this EVO warm-up round. EU. Can he do it?
Yeah, looking a lot better adapted to the Spawn pick. Wasn't ready for it for sure, but I mean, still just landing so much damage. Expecting the breakaway there? No, didn't just went for the down 2 for some reason. Could have got a little bit more damage. Still a huge
I can only
amount.
assume he has to just go for the down 2 ender because he hasn't got the Fatal Phantasm. He hasn't got the restand. So that must be his highest damage, maybe.
You can still go for like 4-2-3 into the charge, I think, or 2-4 into the charge, and it'll definitely do more than down 2. But regardless, that's not the point right now. There's still a ton of damage, and down 2 is breakaway proof. But Mirko's still holding on. Spending defensive bar. I'm surprised we didn't see him switch variations because you end up in spots like this. Oh no, you break away now. Red, extremely red hard right there, but there is no armor breaker. Once you have the charge, it does replace his normal armor breaker, which is the club swing. Definitely not the name of the move, but here we go. Reset point and tournament point. Let's see who can win this. Oh well, no.
Chef, if you want to be specific, it's called the Soul Shattering War Club, which is probably why you don't see people call it much mid-match. There's the forward 4 though, gives him the full combo. Now this is either tournament point or reset point. Either way, someone's going to be happy.
Casual 460 damage, with just spending 2 bars right there. No big deal. Oh, crushing blow! Oh, he's gonna get a big combo off of this. Oh, he just went for the reset, but he is gonna connect it there. Yeah, he's keeping it very unbreakable. He also didn't have any like offensive bars, so he was doing the best he could, but he's evened up this very quickly. The fatal blow is here. Just needs to find any hit. Again, the flawless block mistake.
The down 1 to challenge. Mirko knows he cannot get hit now. The charge will kill him. The fatal blow will kill him. Don't get hit.
Oh, this is starting to get down to Chip. Oh, it hits him out of the teleport. Oh, the teleport cancels just to add even more there. Rather than just go for the full thing, he went for the cancel, got the hit, got the punish. He's like, you know what? You tested my reactions once. You caught me with the standing 3 as I was teleporting backwards. You tested again. It's not going to happen this time. And so it all came down again to those Mirko reactions. So good.